This is period 1 of Mr. Guest's political behavior, and we would like to present to you our project.
From a variety of bars to restaurants to gyms, a hotspot of successful employers and businesses, a high-quality district and education system, El Segundo is a perfect small-town city. El Segundo's extensive resources and commitment to growth provide citizens with an ever-changing, safe, clean, and comfortable environment that fosters residential and economic expansion. Here, we will discuss our vision to incorporate work, live, play, mixed-use development in El Segundo. We plan to add more amenities to our parks, to add rooftop gardens, and more communal spaces throughout the city. We want to ensure that we're utilizing all of El Segundo's beautiful spaces and putting these recreational offerings to good use.
The Civic Center in El Segundo has the potential to become a thriving hub for community engagement, recreation, and relaxation. This outlines a plan to transform the Civic Center into a lively public space by incorporating fire pits, a play area, a fountain, and citrus trees. These additions aim to create a welcoming environment for residents and visitors of all ages, fostering a sense of community and enhancing the overall quality of life in El Segundo. By implementing these changes, it would increase community engagement, enhance the aesthetic appeal of town, promote family activities, and support local ecology. The 2 fire pits that we would like to put in the center of the Civic Center with seating around them would encourage social gatherings and evening use. It provides a cozy atmosphere during cooler months, and it's suitable for small community events and family outings. The little play area would include wet pour rubber flooring to give a cushion if a child falls, also incorporating the wet pour rubber hills. This offers children a dedicated space for physical activity and socialization. It attracts families to the Civic Center, increasing overall foot traffic, and includes inclusive equipment to cater to children of all abilities.
For the fountain, it would give an aesthetically pleasing central focus point to the Civic Center. A fountain enhances the visual appeal and creates a serene environment. It acts as a natural gathering spot for visitors, and it can be designed to include interactive water features for children during warmer months. We would also like to propose an addition of citrus trees in this area for the community. It adds greenery and shade, improving the microclimate. It provides a source of fresh, locally grown fruit and enhances the sensory experience with the fragrant blossoms and vibrant fruit. There would also need to be a maintenance plan for this area. This would include a schedule for the fire pits, play area, fountain, and citrus trees. Assigning responsibility to appropriate municipal departments or hire dedicated staff. Transforming El Segundo Civic Center into a vibrant public space with fire pits, a play area, a fountain, and citrus trees will significantly enhance the community's quality of life. We aim to create a multifunctional space that caters to the diverse needs of El Segundo's residents and visitors. By fostering a sense of community, improving aesthetics, and promoting family-friendly activities, the revamped Civic Center will become a cherished destination for all.
Parking is a big issue for the downtown residents and visitors, as there is no parking structure for people to put their cars and explore El Segundo. They are subjected to parking along the streets, which at most points are taken up by making it difficult to find any space to park their cars. This can turn people away, as without parking, they cannot explore the different aspects of downtown, such as the dining or the farmers market. The solution to this is creating a parking structure on Main Street and Grand Avenue. The parking structure will be located next to the fire station and police department. At first glance, this may seem like a problem, as there is no parking for the first responders, but we have made it so that the first floor of the parking structure will consist of parking spots limited only to them. The parking structure will consist of 3 floors each, with about 80 parking spaces on each floor. On the 3rd floor of the parking structure, there will be trees at each of the corners so that there is a bit of greenery to have an aesthetic look while also contributing to the environment. To add on to the aesthetic look of the lot, there will be a mural on one of the walls to represent the El Segundo community and the history behind it. The picture on the mural would be the El Segundo Chevron refinery, as it holds a lot of significance to the town. It was the second standard oil refinery in the West Coast and supplies 20% of all motor vehicle fuels as well as 40% of the jet fuel consumed in Southern California. Transforming the little parking space next to the fire and police department into an actual parking lot will help upgrade the overall experience for the downtown area, as it will attract more people to explore the area without the worry of not finding any space to park.
One of the main goals of our project is to find a way to bring more money and revenue into El Segundo via entertainment during big sporting events like the Olympics or World Cup. In order to be able to achieve this, we've came up with a few ideas to bring in more people. Our first ideas were to create watch parties and tailgate events where local businesses can get a chance to advertise themselves and make money from the stands they set up. Another idea we had was to host the El Segundo Olympics, a mini version of the Olympics during or right before the Olympics.
As mentioned before, the El Segundo Olympics would be a mini version of the Olympics held right here in El Segundo. It would be held at the high school because of the track, big fields, and plethora of equipment. It would be open for all people to join and play as long as they pay. Obviously, it would not be a one-to-one replica of the Olympics, as some sports like swimming aren't feasible to host at the high school. But there would be track and field events, relay races, obstacle courses, tug of war, volleyball, baseball, basketball, and any other sport that could be held at the high school. This would be an open event, letting, as I said earlier, anyone play any sport at any time as long as enough space or enough people to play the team sports. It would cost around $15 to participate and $5 to watch. As you can see in this image, we sectioned off different areas to show what sports would go where. We plan to have the green, which is the north and south gym of the high school, be the basketball and volleyball, the red as the baseball, obviously, the yellow as the track and field, along with any special relay events like a torch relay, the black as a soccer or flag football area, and the blue as any other miscellaneous sports that we could fit in. And while this event is mainly for the Olympics, it can be transferred into other sports for the World Cup and Super Bowl, using the two big fields for soccer and flag football.
Our main idea is to host a World Cup, Super Bowl, and Olympics watch party. This would look similar to the watch party for the Little League World Series. There would be a large blow-up projector screen in George Brett Field to project one of the big games. This allows for patrons to sit in the grass or chairs and enjoy the game. Patrons will be able to enjoy activities such as a bouncy house, giant Jenga and Connect 4, cornhole, and blow-up soccer. They will enjoy food and drinks being sold from local food trucks and vendor stands. We'll also provide a food delivery service to bring food from businesses in El Segundo that don't have food trucks or aren't able to bring their cooking setup to the park. We plan to designate the roller rink for people 21 and over, where a local bar will come out and have a stand to serve alcoholic beverages.
One of the concepts we're considering involves organizing a tailgating and pre-gaming festivities that El Segundo will be hosting for the upcoming World Cup, Olympics, and Super Bowl. These events promise to be great gatherings where people from all over can come together to celebrate their favorite teams in a communal atmosphere. For the tailgating event, our plan is to provide transportation to and from games, ensuring that people don't have to worry about the hassle of parking and or navigating through traffic. By offering this convenience, we aim to improve the overall experience and make it as enjoyable as possible for our attendees.
We created a poll to find out the public opinion on our ideas. From the polls, we found that around 85% of the public are in support or neutral towards the idea of hosting these pre/post-game events. Additionally, we found that most people would prefer to attend a watch party or going to a tailgate, but the tailgate still did get considerable support. As for where to host these events, the top 3 locations people voted for were Rec Park, Library Park, and the beach respectively.
When discussing advertising and transportation within El Segundo, we have multiple ideas to help bring people to El Segundo through hotel advertising and hotel transportation. Going into some ideas, we will have pamphlets including the watch party time and all events that will take place during that time as well, specifically at Recreation Park. These pamphlets will be given out by the concierge, and they will also inform everyone coming into the hotels of all the events whenever people ask about events nearby.
Additionally, these pamphlets will also be in hotel rooms to allow for easy access. Hotels that may include this will be Hilton Garden Inn, Doubletree Hilton Hotel, and the Hyatt Regency Los Angeles. We would be able to put these pamphlets in the hotels by speaking to the relevant manager to find out what opportunities there are. We also have advertising of the watch party playing on hotel room televisions whenever people turn the TV on, thus informing them on events and also showing them pictures.
For transportation, we are thinking of using public transportation and also looking into hiring a private company for transportation. The cost of advertising within LAX will cost anywhere from $9,500 to $34,500 per display for a 4-week period. We can potentially advertise on some transportation buses. This can be an advertising flyer on the door of the bus or at the bus stop. These buses will transport visitors from LAX to local hotels as a part of their hotel fee. We will also have these buses take the visitors to our events, however, this will be free to them.
On the bus, we can also set up a stable stand near the bus driver. Another form of advertising we will have is putting pamphlets in hotels and around SoFi. These will make guests aware of events going on in and around El Segundo to draw them in. We can make sure hotel staff know about restaurants, events, and things to do around El Segundo so they can give good recommendations and information to guests when they enter or when they ask what they can do.
Our group was in charge of creating a way to popularize and promote the El Segundo local travel network that is used by micromobility vehicles, but specifically our e-bikes. Micromobility vehicles are low-speed vehicles that are small and lightweight and mostly used for short trips. Most are human-powered, which means zero emission. Some examples of micromobility are neighborhood electric vehicles like golf carts, e-scooters, and e-bikes.
What qualifies an e-bike? E-bikes have less than 750 watts of power. The same rules for bicycles apply to e-bikes. There are 3 different types of e-bikes and different rules that go with them. The first type has a pedal assist and maxed out at 20 miles per hour. The second type has pedal assist and throttle assist, but also maxed out at 20 miles per hour. The third type has pedal or throttle assist and maxed out at 28 miles per hour. This classification does have a minimum age requirement of 16 and is required to wear a helmet for all ages. All types of e-bikes have restrictions about where they can ride. For example, Type 3 is not allowed on bike paths.
E-bikes and other micromobility vehicles such as e-scooters and electric golf carts offer a sustainable and efficient way to travel, but they also present unique challenges in mixed traffic environments. So how can we make streets safer for all micromobility riders? First, let's talk about infrastructure. Dedicated bike lanes, especially those separated from car traffic, are crucial. Protected bike lanes using physical barriers like bollards or curbs can significantly reduce accidents. These lanes provide a clear, safe path for e-bikes, away from the dangers of car traffic. Cities like Amsterdam and Copenhagen are great examples of how effective this can be, with more than 3/4 of the users stating that they feel safe. Implementing protected bike lanes not only improves safety for e-bike riders, but also encourages more people to choose biking over driving. This way, we can get more of our residents and even tourists during the Olympics and World Cup to begin utilizing these lanes, which benefits the environment and will reduce traffic congestion, which will be a serious problem with the influx of these visitors.
Next, let's consider intersections. Intersections are high-risk areas for e-bike accidents. Installing bike-specific traffic lights and advanced stop lines can help manage the flow of bikes and cars, reducing the risk of collisions. These measures give e-bike riders a head start and greater visibility, making intersections safer for everyone. Safety gear is also essential. While infrastructure improvements are critical, encouraging riders to wear helmets and reflective clothing can make a big difference in reducing injuries and fatalities. In a study conducted by Cleveland Clinic, it was found that serious head injuries are reduced by 60% and traumatic brain injuries by 53%.
Education and awareness campaigns are vital. Workshops and training sessions can teach both e-bike riders and drivers about road sharing and safety practices. These workshops can be held during the weekends and during the ride-out by volunteer expert riders, or we can even partner with local bike shops which will provide them with publicity or the ESPD. It's important for riders to understand the rules of the road and for drivers to be aware of e-bikes and all other forms of micromobility. Maintaining infrastructure is just as important as building it.
Regular maintenance of bike lanes and paths ensured they're free of hazards like potholes and debris, which can be especially dangerous for e-bike riders.
By improving infrastructure, promoting safety gear, educating the public, and maintaining our bike paths, we can create safer streets for e-bike riders and everyone who shares the road. To get people to use micromobility, the city can partner with businesses and municipalities to implement reward programs that incentivize people to choose micromobility options. For example, individuals can earn points or discounts for every trip they take using a bike sharing or scooter sharing service. They can then be redeemed for rewards such as free rides or discounts on other goods and services. To further incentivize the public, we can offer discounts on public transportation and offer subsidies to the residents from the government for the purchase of or rental of micromobility vehicles, such as electric scooters or bicycles. These subsidies can help offset the initial costs of acquiring these vehicles, making them more accessible to a wider range of people.
How can we ensure that we get tourists to also use this amazing system? For this bigger question at hand, we believe that the first step is to make them feel comfortable and familiar with the surrounding areas. To do this, we need to make it a priority to have maps of the city and the bike path that will be available at each micromobility vehicle post. It would also be extremely helpful for the city of El Segundo to plan and host various events, especially during the summertime. Such events could be community rides in which all are welcome to use their micromobility vehicles and have dedicated car-free days, which will be planned accordingly so not to interfere with work, school, or the lives of others.
But first, in order to get the attention of our citizens and get them on board with these ideas, our plan is to make an e-bike ride-out event, which we will close down all the streets that El Segundo local travel network runs through, and have a full day event based around e-bike safety and popularizing our city's local travel network. And we will also have food trucks provided as well.
The purpose of the e-bike ride-out safety event is to educate people on e-bike safety while providing a safe environment for e-bike riders. We also want to provide a sense of community for the e-bike riders in El Segundo. Our plan for the ride-out is that it will take place on Main Street, Mariposa, Grand, Maple Avenue, and PCH. The e-bikers will be able to free roam through the streets, and all of the downtown districts will also be accessible. The ride-out will take place from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., and there will be an e-bike safety class that e-bikers can drop in on. There will also be cops outside the police station explaining the laws of e-bikes and precautions people should take when they are riding e-bikes.